So it was the 15th of December 2022, and I'm at work sitting at my desk, and out of the blue the Lord just speaks straight into my heart, and I heard these words, "Get ready to move." You know, it was so clear and so direct. I knew instantly that things were about to change. And I got home after work and I said to Sarah, "I think we're moving, but I just don't know where." But how do you move when you don't know where you're going? And every day I just think about those words, "Get ready to move." And I prayed, "Lord, where am I going? Where are we going here?" So for about 6 months before this, Sarah and I had both felt unsettled at work, at church, at the home where we were living. And you know, when it's time for a bird to fly the nest, the mother bird will often remove the soft nesting, the feathers, and all the things that make the nest comfortable, so that the young bird leaves and it moves on and it starts the next chapter. Well, I noticed during the latter half of 2022, things were getting more uncomfortable. So when God spoke, I felt like I was ready. And the only instruction I had was get ready to move. So how do you get ready to move with no destination in mind? Well, you start packing, you start selling the things you don't want to take with you, and you prepare yourself for change. And a few months later in March of 2023, I felt this picture was starting to form. So I booked a couple of days away just to fast and pray and get some clarity on what the Lord was saying. And the Lord spoke to me directly from the book of Joshua, and I felt this great sense of peace about the path ahead. And the word says in Psalm 119 verse 105 that his word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. You know, his word will illuminate the way ahead, the path that he wants you to tread. A month later, early April, hand my notes in at work, sell most of what we have, and we book our tickets to go to America. And you know, several incredible things happened whilst we're in the States. Prophecies were given, people we met, the seeds that were planted. But the most amazing thing that happened was on August the 10th, on Clemson Drive in Colorado Springs, I'm sitting praying, and the Lord just showed me in a moment what my future looked like. Everything he had got planned for me, the ministry he called me and Sarah to fulfill. And that morning will just forever stand out in my mind. And it's difficult to describe how when God reveals his plan for you in a short moment or two, just how that makes you feel. It was a life-changing day. So what's the point I'm making here? You know, if after feeling so unsettled, I just dismissed it and concluded, you know, everybody feels like this from time to time. You know, if I'd dismissed that still small voice and just ignored it and put it to the back of my mind, if I hadn't taken the steps to make changes, to pursue his will, you know, I don't believe I would have had that incredible encounter with the Lord on the 10th of August, which is a day that's forever changed my life and my family's lives. 6 months on, I still don't have all the answers, but the Lord is revealing it step by step. And you know, God is speaking to you. You might think, I never hear God speak. I haven't received any instruction about where I'm going. You know, God is speaking. God wants to lead you, but you have to make time to hear his voice. You have to be in his word, and you have to pursue his will. God doesn't just force things to happen in your life. You know, it's wrong to think, well, if God wants me to do this or do that or go here or there, you know, he'll make it happen. You know, that's not biblical. When God called Abraham out of the land of his fathers, Abraham had to get up, pack his belongings, say goodbye to his family, and just start walking. When God called Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses had to leave the desert, take his family, pack up his belongings, and walk into Pharaoh's courtyard and make some heavy demands. When Joshua had to lead the Israelites across the Jordan River, you know, he had to go through the camp, encourage the people, pack up the gear, and encourage them to cross this river which was flooded, knowing he was leading his people into a battle they didn't ask for. And when Jesus said to Peter, "Follow me, and I'll make you a fisher of men," Peter had to leave his nets, his boats, his business, and follow after Jesus. You know, Peter had to explain to his wife, you know, the business I was running, you know, the one that made us all that money so we could eat. Well, you know, the list goes on and on. Now, contrary to what many people might believe, God just does not force his will to happen in your life. He speaks to your heart, he instructs you, but you have to take action. You have to make things happen. You have to place one foot in front of the other and get going. Jesus said in Matthew 16:24, "If anyone wants to come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross and follow me." So let me ask you a question. Are you willing to lay aside what you want? Are you intent on drowning out all the other distractions so you can hear his voice clearly? And when you've heard his voice, Will you obey it? I can assure you, God is speaking, but are you listening?